Hey everyone, this is the look I created today. I had two flowers in my hair, but I've kept it aside because I have no idea how to pin it up. But this is how it is. You know, I wanted the blush to be a little more in a draped form, and this is just, I just bought this from a shop. But watch this video, get inspired. Hi everyone, and welcome back to this channel. I'm so happy we are growing finally. Every time I get a new follower, I'm just like okay, today I'm trying to do a little bit of an editorial look. Depending on how confident you are, you will be able to pull off this look if you try to do it or replicate it or even get inspired by it. So feel free. I might not talk too much in this video because even I'm going to be figuring out stuff as I go, because I have a general idea of what I want to do, but I haven't planned it as such. So I have to give myself that space for creativity. That's why this video is probably going to be with like a voiceover. I have some contacts that I've put on. These are the Aquarella from Bella, which is a one-day lens, and this is in the shade Shauna. Anyway, on my skin, I have done my skincare already. I have a little bit of the Benefit tint on my lips because they were like grey in color. And on my skin, I have the Bobbi Brown eye cream and my Inky List peptide moisturizer. You know what, before I start rambling like crazy, I want you to sit back and enjoy this. Alright, so this is the BECCA Backlight Priming Filter. I'm just massaging it into the skin. Look at this swipe. Ooh. Anyway, I'm using some of that on my shoulders as well for some extra glow. These are the two foundations I'm going to use today. One's a Tom Ford in 7.0 Tawny, and then there's the other Hourglass one in Warm Honey. With one Morphe brush, I'm just stippling this into the skin. I need two foundations because of the difference in skin tones on my face. If you've been following me, you know I swear by this corrector. Now I applied a little too much on one side, so then I took a pencil brush, actually a very thin definer brush, and I kind of applied it to all other areas where I have some kind of pigmentation, and then I just went in both with my finger and a brush to blend it out. Now taking that hourglass stick and warming up behind my hand and using a small dual fibered brush, I'm just applying this on the sides of my mouth. But can you see how much of difference that made? It's a darker colored foundation and it still took care of all that pigmentation. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, so I'm taking that same foundation on a stippling brush and I'm just running it along the perimeter of my face. This contour wand is from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm taking some on the back of my hand, and with an angled brush, I'm following the top corner of my ear and I'm just like stamping this onto my skin. And I'm doing the exact same thing on the other side. Here I'm taking a clean brush and just blending it out, and you can see how I took some extra on my jawline and it was actually becoming a little difficult to blend. I took the same contour shade on the tip of my nose and also along the sides a bit, just to help with my nose contour. And also joining the contour to the beginning of your brow is a nice way to elongate your nose, and I'm just taking a little bit here around my lips. This is the Born This Way concealer and I'm just going to put that under my eyes. And what I like to do is leave it on for 2 minutes. Now using a brush that is very similar to the A19 brush from the L'Oreal X Morphe brush set, I am just spreading this concealer, and look how I'm cutting that eye. It makes so much of a difference. This is the highlight shade of the Born This Way concealer, and I'm just tapping that with my hand because I was too lazy to get my beauty blender. Using this hourglass powder, so you dunk it, tap it, Remove the excess from the puff. Make sure you iron away all the creases that were there, and then using the puff, just tap into the places where your concealer has to be set. This is the most foolproof way of setting your concealer. Oh my gosh, I had to stop that voice clip because I completely forgot to press record. I used this Merit blush. I think this is cheeky, and I used it just, can you see like the area how I used it? I just went in with my finger and I just kept tapping, tapping, and now I want to go to the eyes because I think it's time to start with the eyes. To cancel out all that pigmentation on my lids, I'm using this Nude Sticks color in the shade Moon. I'm going to apply that all over my lid and tap it away with my finger. This one has a tendency to look really dry and the color just sits and grabs onto your skin. So that's why I went in with a brush like this, which is the same dual fiber brush, just to blend it out. Unfortunately, I can't remember which eyeshadow did I use as a base all over, but I'll try to find out and link it below. But all I did is I just used this from my lash line all the way to my brow. Saying a quick prayer before I move on to the color. This pink is from the Norvina palette and I'm just using it on the outer V of my eye. I built it to the intensity that I liked, and from here on in the video you'll see that I do a lot of back and forth, like I jump between blush and eyeshadow, and this is mainly just because, you know, I'm playing with makeup and I haven't planned on a certain way to do my things. I use the same pink eyeshadow onto my cheeks now, and using this dual fibered brush I'm just stippling this color onto my cheek, and I'm very slowly blending it out in the shape that I want it to be. There you can see once again I've moved onto my eye with a smaller blending brush, and I'm using that same brush to slightly darken any sparse spots where sort of the pink is not there. Now I'm taking this bigger brush just to blend out that wing, and I'm using that color and sort of taking it into my temples as well. Bringing this blush into the temples just really ties the look up together so well. Ooh, she likes what she's seeing. She's starting to feel the look. Oh yeah. Now I'm doing the exact same thing on the other eye. Now since my left eye has a lot more space than my right eye, I usually, tend to keep looking back and forth with the two eyes, and I have to sort of place the color accordingly. Once again, I'm taking that same pink shade and I'm just trying to make it look symmetrical on each side. Here I'm just working it into my temples, and I will also darken up the eyeshadow as needed. All these voice clips are making my mouth hurt. Ouch. This brand is everything. This is the Rituel de Fille Rare Light Creme Luminizer, and this is in the shade Ghost Light, and I'm just using this on top of my cheekbones just to highlight my skin. This has a nice purple reflect. This brand is cruelty free, it's vegan, it has a nice sensory experience. I love it. I'm using an eyeliner. This is the Inglot eyeliner, and I'm just drawing a really thin wing at the end of my eye, and I'm doing it on the other eye, and the main thing here is to just get them as equal as possible. This Morphe blush palette I'm keeping against my face to see which pink works the best, and I'm using that same pink just to darken and give a little more dimension to the face. This is the One Size Wipe. I usually like to do brows at the end of the look because I feel like it gives me more of an insight on how to draw them. I already have a brow tutorial and I'll just link it above here in the corner. Woohoo! Time for lashes. I'm using this Surratt lash color and the Bad Gal Bang mascara and use that on my lashes. For lashes, individuals are the way to go. I already have a video which I'll link up here, but I used about 4 lashes on each eye. I mean 4 clusters. Time for some lip liner. This is Hover by MAC. I have a very unique way of lining my lips, which I'll make a video about. This is the Vice lipstick from Urban Decay in the shade Pandemonium. I just wanted like a little purple in my lips. This is Hellbells from Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, such a beautiful shade. So once again, I'm just patting this on my lips just to deepen the shade. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder in the shade number 3 or Tan. I'm using that as a bronzer. I was feeling very extra, so I took some of that pink shade on my ears and I absolutely loved how it looked in the end, especially in the pictures. Loved it. Okay everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look. I hope you learned something new. I can't wait to try more looks like these, but I'm going to do a more wearable version of this as my next video, so stay tuned for that. But that's it. Enjoy, have a nice time, like, comment, subscribe.